On today's World Insight, the Royal Opera of Versailles stands city tour in China, music to the ears of Sino-French relations. How well received are the opera performances among Chinese audiences, and what do the performances mean for French opera artists? How close can music bring China and France together?
For those who wish to sing, they can always find a song. For those who believe in the magic of music, they can discover its rewards, including this time when more than 2,000 audiences coming from all over China joined the Royal Opera of Versailles in an open-air public concert in Hangzhou. From April the 1st to the 17th, touring 10 cities in China from Beijing to Chengdu, the concert from the Royal Opera of Versailles is in celebration of the 60th anniversary of China-French relations. And this one in Hangzhou was more importantly to honor the masses of people who are the backbone of this relationship. And it is much more than just the music. It carries with it something that's hard to express with just words.
Chers amis, bonsoir.
Laurent Brunner, the director of Chateau de Versailles Spectacles, or the director of the Royal Opera of Versailles, was very excited when we met on the concert sidelines. Just sitting there in the middle of Hangzhou, one of the most ancient cities in China, listening to the music coming from France and also your musicians putting Chinese elements into it, it is an unforgettable experience.
For us also, it's an unforgettable experience because most of the musicians never came before in China, and they are very grateful to be here as guests to play a French traditional program of classical music, but also a part of our culture. This is not only the French culture, this is the world culture on the French side, and we must find the good way to propose to every country, to everyone, to everybody, to mix all the cultures to make tomorrow, in the future, a great new world culture with all the possibilities, with all the colors, with all the sensibilities. That's perhaps a way for the future for us in culture.
And it's really a joint venture, baby, in a way, because I understand even the repertoire, you work very closely with the Chinese organizers and Chinese friends of yours.
Yes, it's a tradition when we are making concerts, when of course we are in Versailles, we are playing with the orchestra, the repertoire of Versailles, and it's likely the music of 17th and 18th century in France. But very often we also play Italian music, German music, Handel, Vivaldi, and then also 19th century music, romantic music, because it's beautiful and it's also the patrimonial.
And the Chinese music that you play was very impressive. It's quite a modern piece, in fact.
Yes, we try to have this exchange with the Chinese musicians. That's not so evident because we must try all together to find the good way for the instruments to play together and then for the musicians to play together. It's not the same instruments also. And when we have to mix, for example, the old traditional instruments of China, like pipa, and the French or European classical music instruments, it's not the same. But at the end, we can do this. And it's a great moment for the public to find this bridge between two cultures.
Performing in China, getting to know the local culture, building a bridge of music between China and France. The artists from the Royal Opera of Versailles were finding something extraordinary in their visit. Well, it seems that everybody is having a great rehearsal right now. I know you are going to participate too. You know, they give you a nickname, Smiling Beethoven.
Yes, I meet somebody in the streets ask me, where are you from? So I say, from France. Oh, you are look from Beethoven.
Yeah. And when you are here, how you feel the ambience, how the ambience is working into your music?
I feel good ambience, and when I practice, I can see people in the streets. I wait, they stay and they listen what I am doing. That's it. They have a lot of interest.
Yeah. You were practicing earlier in the glass house. I see there's crowds, 3 rounds of crowds around the glass house. So how do you see people are looking at what you're performing?
I am sure that they are waiting for a great event because it's a wonderful place and there's so many people, an orchestra with a singer with piano, and this French repertory also. I think these opera composers was not so often play. Massenet concerto was I play. It's the first time I play it, and it's a nice program. So I'm sure that they will enjoy it.
You know, one of the things is to how to get what's within the music to people's hearts. Right?
It is the emotion that we want to give. Emotion first.
Let's start. Let's say, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is the 3 wonderful artists just learned Chinese. How to count 1, 2, 3.
1,
3.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Oh, this is a great performance. I heard about 4,000 people register for this concert, and all the people passing by can hear the music. It's amazing. Victor, have you ever performed something like this?
Actually, the open air, yes. I had the chance to conduct several times. For example, we have a big opera festival in the south of France, which is called Corrigi d'Orange, and this is a big arena, but this is an arena, so it is not open to all the people crossing the street. Here, it's quite amazing because, of course, there are the guests and the people who are registered for the concert, but people who come in the street, they can hear the music, listen to the music, and maybe pass by and come.
People's music.
Absolutely. We open ourselves and we open French music to the Chinese street of Hangzhou.
We were filming your rehearsal.
Yeah.
It was an exhilarating process, I could feel, Victor.
The rehearsal is always a very interesting moment, and we never know as a conductor, even if we know the orchestra, if we know the piece, but except if we did this piece with this same orchestra, but most of the time we don't know either the orchestra or the piece. So you never know how it goes, and it's always very challenging and interesting to see the people, to feel the energy, and to bring the music into life.
Right.
With them.
And you have a great repertoire for the performance because of...
Absolutely. There's great variety of French repertoire who has been chosen actually by the organizer, Adam and Winland, who own this place. And we are very happy because we are discovering pieces as well. We have to admit that, were actually pieces that we didn't really know. For example, Massenet piano concerto is something which is not very performed very often in France. So it's quite funny.
So I see a lot of convergence about China and French culture coming together. The traditional pieces that you perform and the new pieces you are discovering, and the musicians among yourselves with the conductor, the rediscovering process.
Absolutely. The music as a job and as something that we do every week in our lives is always something challenging and mixing. We mix things, we mix repertoire, we mix experiences. So yeah, it's a new world all the time. And we are very happy and very well welcomed here in Hangzhou, we have to say, and very very excited to perform this encore, which is China Lights.
Yes.
With the Moon Choir. This is their name, and they are absolutely amazing.
What was it like? How do you understand that piece?
Well, to be totally honest, I based my analysis of the piece on the harmony, because Chinese for me is not very clear. I can't read Chinese, but it's something very peaceful with great energy. We feel we feel better after having performed this piece, because it's a moment of powerness and joy, I think.
So something peacefully powerful.
Exactly, with some strengths, and it leads, it goes somewhere, maybe into life or into, I don't know.
Into lights.
Oh.
Into lights.
Into
Bravo!
lights. Wow, voila!
It's
Yay.
excellent, it's good. Yeah.
What was it like before you came to China? What was China to you? Or performing in China to you? And now with the rehearsal
Well,
and everything.
we have to say that we had a very nice collaboration with an orchestra from China, a traditional orchestra, who came to Versailles 2 months ago, something like that.
January?
In January,
Yeah.
thank you. And it was a wonderful moment, and a very first sight, of what it could be, the communication, because it's a very different culture. The music, the traditional music, the pipa, the kin, and exactly.
The Chinese flute.
New sounds, new way of rehearsing, a new way of behavior. So it was very interesting to finally come and see. I have to say that we are, as said Clara, we are very very well welcomed, and everybody wants us to be to feel good. So
To feel at home.
To feel at home, absolutely. So it's very nice.
Maybe the only thing is difficult is the language, because we have not the same alphabet, and a lot of people don't speak English. My English is bad too, and we look and
Eyes, reading
yes,
each
and
other's eyes.
touch and smell and
All our other senses are opened
yes.
now.
Yes. The singing of the birds are not the same at France. All the
that's a good
sound
one.
are
Yeah.
as new for me. So it's a big discovery, and all is more big than in France, I think.
It's
no?
huge,
Yeah.
huge. Yeah, the size.
All
yeah.
is
All is bigger.
enormous. Yes.
For me, it's not the first time I come to China, but each time, everything is exactly that you said. Everything looks bigger, huge. It's very impressive. The cities, the building, the concert hall, everything is
The hardware.
Yeah. So
What about the people, the software?
The people. Last night I was with some colleagues in a restaurant, and we managed to speak with the boss, and he spoke a little bit of English, and us also. So and
Wow. Did you
we-
order the right stuff?
He gave to us some specialties. So
It shows for them.
It was so much fun just to see you guys.
Thank you so much.
And listening to your music is a beautiful thing to the heart.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, merci beaucoup.
So have a great time.
What these musicians told me were once again confirmed by the Royal Opera's director, Laurent Brunner. Finding out the secrets of others' culture and serving them with the best of the Royal Opera could offer is always the basic belief. Indeed, in January there was a concert between you and also your Chinese colleagues, showing the combination of traditional Chinese music and also the repertoire coming from your place. Now we are going to see more of a French element into the music. Quite an interesting experience, I guess, for yourself as well. This is your third time in China.
Yes, I was very interested since years of playing musics from countries in other countries and for old time in the new times. It's very important for us as people to understand all the cultures, all the countries, but also of the past and of the present. So it's very interesting for us now, as musicians, to come in China and to make those bridge and also to discover the music of the others. And for example, last month we played in Forbidden City, and part of our musicians made improvisation with Chinese musicians. Mm-hmm. It was very difficult only at the rehearsal, but then they knew very perfectly how to work together without anything written, without score. It was like the feeling. So the feeling, what can be better for musicians of different countries and languages? The music is the own language at that moment.
And now, being close to your Chinese audience, who used to make up a huge proportion of the visitor to Versailles, I guess it helps you to know how they feel about your music and how they feel about, you know, what is the best way to welcome them.
2 days ago, we had a concert in the Royal Chapel, and I saw two girls coming just 2 minutes before the beginning. And they say, oh, what is it? Is it a concert? Which kind of concert? Which music is it? And I said to them, okay, where do you come from? We come from Shanghai. I said, I was last week and I will be tomorrow. So follow me inside, you pay the low price and you will have a great concert. And they had it.
The Chinese had the discount, according to Laurent. That's wonderful. What a beautiful story. And were they surprised? Were they enjoying it?
Yes, it was great. And it was a discovery, not only for them, but also for the public. It was music of Monteverdi, so Renaissance time in Italy, and never played before. So it was a complete discovery and a great concert. That's perhaps what you can give the best for the public, something unexpected and beautiful. Of course, they are happy.
How would you get your audience, how would you get your colleagues also be excited about the whole experience? I know they are because they are artists themselves, but you know, how to encourage them, give them more energy because they travel so much. It's a lot of work.
That's perhaps why playing here, for example, in Hangzhou, is a great sense for them because it's a challenge. It's not so easy to play outside. It's not so easy to travel only for this concert, especially for a program made by Adam, himself, and then for the opening of an exhibition and a building, fantastic building. So for them, it's a challenge. We can't fail. We must do the best of what we can do. And at the end, of course, they are very happy to do this.
So this brought the best out of them in a way.
Yes.
A challenge and also a way to deal with it.
Yes, and to be proud of it, because they are good musicians and they must play very good to have a fantastic result for the public. Because at the end, all of us, we are only working for the public.
You know, as someone who's dealing with the music and work with the musicians a lot, I'm sure you are very sensitive to rhythm, you know, to tunes, to the ambience of a place. So when you are traveling in China, to Beijing, to Shanghai, now to Hangzhou, and elsewhere, in Chengdu also, how do you feel the ambience change, the rhythm, and the, you know, the heartbeat of the place where you are?
The first thing is always to understand that the public perhaps will not know before the concert what is the music. So you must play a concert with good music, but also music attractive for the public. They will find it good for them. And then if you can give a gift, a little gift more, this is fantastic. When we are playing in different cities in China, we try in each city to have something like a gift for the public of that city. And for example, last time it was this gift. And of course
Wow,
he's singing
okay. One night in Chengdu.
in Chinese, and the public is very happy of this because everyone knows that he's making a challenge for him
Yeah.
to sing in Chinese.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes, of course. He did it in another city each night.
That's so fun. So whose idea was it?
Oh, the bad ideas are always my idea. And in the same way, we were in Chengdu and I said, okay, we can do a concert for the pandas. And they said to me, but this is nonsense. The pandas doesn't want a concert. I said, of course, I know this. It's an honor to play it for them, even when they are not hearing the concert, but it's an homage for them. And we played a concert for the first time.
You never know.
In the
Maybe
panda
they hear
base.
the music and they can eat more bamboos
Or
afterwards.
perhaps.
Good appetizer, yeah. And what about here?
So here is something very different because the moment is very official. It's a great moment for Hangzhou. And I have a tradition of this because in Versailles, very often we are making very official things. When the president of China came by us, it's in Versailles. When the president of Russia came by us, it's in Versailles. And then we are playing concerts for them, or we are organizing special things for them, exhibitions or great meals in the Hall of Mirrors. And even each time, it's the feeling of a moment. And for this concert, for example, having child singing with us at the end is a great moment, because child are our future. Our common future is with them. And they will remember that they played, they sang during this particular moment with a French orchestra in a Chinese place, all together to make the future, to make the beauty in the future.
Before the concert wrapped up, this piece called Lights in China shone in the gentle light summer wind. All these beautiful scenes remind everyone why music matters. Always. But Laurent, I understand music groups, art groups around the world now facing the challenge of uncertain world. Also financially, it's always a challenge to be able to perform globally. So how do you as a team leader trying to bring answers to all these unpredictabilities and make it work, like the music spread?
I think in this world now, money for culture exists, but it depends who have the money and who wants to pay the projects. At the end, the public, the visitors, the spectators, the people in the street or in the audience room are perhaps paying less or more, but we must find the money to make this event, because a concert is an event.
Indeed.
People who say, I'm interested in this project, in this musical project, so I give you some money to have it again and again and again in the future. And that's the good moment, I think now, a lot of people have the money to help to do it. And when those people are paying, it helps to make the concert for all the others. And that's perhaps why we can do also recordings, why we can do films of concerts, and then it is sent in all the world.
What you said gave me a lot of inspiration. Actually, what you're trying to say is one concert at a time. To make it happen and make it beautifully, more will come.
It's like a bit scale.
Yes.
It's one step by one step. But when you have made half of it, you must go at the end. Because it's the same way to go back or in the future. And we always build a new thing. It's a new step. And I think the people, the musicians, the audience, are all feeling this. They can feel that it's a project, it's a challenge, and they like it. They like when it happens and it's beautiful. So they want to help, they want to be involved in that, always.
What was that moment for you, you know, at the end of the day, with your great ideas coming out and being implemented? You know, when was the time when you feel, this is it? This is really what we are trying to do.
I try that it will be on each concert or on every night, because there's always a miracle possible. Always some people
unpredictable.
Yes, who cannot come and even he's here, or some child who has no interest for this, but at the end is smiling, or some old people who don't see or understand or hear good, but at the end he's happy. And of course, all the others, the music lovers, must love it again. But I think perhaps tomorrow, I think more important that anyone in the street can like what we are doing. They don't do it, we do it. They don't like it, they can like it. So it's a way to perform more. We are in the time of the Olympic Games. So we must, like teams, perform more for all of us.
But this means a lot of challenge for you as the team leader, right? You need to get to know a culture and like the culture and be able to express your energy among all your group members.
I try always to do this, and all the team is involved like this. We are also choosing the people because they want to do the projects. We don't want people saying, okay, I come, but only for the money. What it is here, the people, no interest. Of course, it's the most important. We are not playing in a desert. We are playing for people, for them, to give them the pleasure of the music, the pleasure of the shows. And that's very important. And when they are coming to Versailles, perhaps for the first time, they want to discover it like a fantastic moment. So it must be a fantastic moment. But did you come in Versailles?
No, I didn't earlier.
So I must give you this coin.
Oh, wow.
This medal.
Yeah?
And
nice.
You will come one time in Versailles, and when you come, you give it to me back.
Okay.
So you must come now.
I guess so.
I hope so. It
That's
will be my pleasure.
That's a date.
It's a date.
It's a date.